Britain's Northern School of Contemporary Dance dropped ballet from that process because not only is it too white and European, but it's too gendered as well. And this is being reported by The Telegraph. It's got a potentially contentious nature.
This art form is not simple. We see on stage everything glamorous and fabulous, but what it takes to be that good and look that effortless.
This is kind of the first time when I sincerely questioned, will I be able to pull off the final challenge?
And stretch that knee, arm lower, eyes up.
Will I be an embarrassment to the ballet community?
You know, on this show, I tell you, it's been a hot week. We've been doing this. I got a thunderstorm in the background. Temperatures about 100 degrees in New York City. You know, they said, well, it's climate change and weather change. I said, I've had 100 degrees in New York City for many decades. I could tout back up to the 70s when we had that historical blackout in the mid-70s during the Son of Sam days back there, and we had the blackout, and you know, it was insane. But I got to put this into perspective on this story. Now they're going after classical. I've said this before. They're trying to erase everything. They're trying to take control. Censorship. You know, and I push this out. This is censorship going on, and it's going on throughout the world, including the United States. It's disguised as, you know, as far as lawmakers, they're disguising it as laws to protect you from child predators and racism and all. You know, they talk about, they throw these words at you, inclusion and equity, made for the modern era. You know, all these buzzwords, they throw buzzwords at you to scare you. I've had conversations with people on Facebook, Twitter, and many other social media sites, and you know, the rhetoric that you hear, and you try to tell them this is what's going on, and they say, well, then you're for racism. And he says, no, I'm not for racism. No one would admit they're for racism. Things are the way they are in the past, and that's the past. You don't use the past as a template to destroy the present and future. Because there are things in the world you don't like, that you feel that you're being excluded from, not knowing that basically there is no exclusion. That sometimes you have to work to get where you are, that some things are not easy. Being a YouTuber, it's not easy. I've been in production for many years of my life. I started in high school, and it has been a struggle up the mountain to get to the top. I've been knocked down several times and I've gone back up. This week I had content, you know, I got a copyright strike warning for the stupidest thing in the world. It was my cat. I reposted my cat with music underneath playing with a piece of ice, and they called it animal abuse. It's not animal abuse. He loves to play with ice. It's water. He refreshes himself that way. He loves that. He loves that. I had no problem with the original video, which happens to be one of the first videos on my channel. I just, now, if you notice, we've been doing shorts lately. I decided to rehash it as a short with a nice music underneath it, but, you know, they didn't want it. So we had to take it back down and take the warning, because basically, if I fought it and lost, I would have had a strike. I can't afford a strike right now. No, not at all. It's not bending the knee. It's just that, you know, they're going to come back at me, you know, and try to shut me down like everybody else. And this is another thing that they want to shut down. They want to shut down the arts because they say it's racist. The opera are racist. The classical music is racist. And now ballet is now deemed racist. And we're going to read this off of it's GBN News, which also, the article is a little insane reading into this. Ballet auditions dropped as school dubs its white and elitist in move to make a curriculum gender neutral. A leading dance school has dropped ballet from its auditions, with staff saying it's rooted in white European ideas. The elitist art form has been ditched from a requirement for school entry auditions at the Northern School of Contemporary Dance. Ballet contentious nature is the apparent reason, as teachers hit out at the discipline. The ballet aims to be a progressive institution that has recently introduced a new string of policies related to gender and race. See, this is what I'm telling you. These are the buzzwords they throw at you. Gender, race, all this shit, LGBT. They throw this at you to eliminate things that they don't want you to enjoy. They don't want you to have. This is the new Puritans. That novel that's out. These are the new Puritans in the days that we have to go through. The move came after consulting with LGBT groups. No, you went with radicals. LGBT groups were always big in the ballet industry. I don't know who you talk to in LGBT. We talk about transgender activists, And the ballet was binned from the school's audition day after it was found to divide roles upon gender lines. The NSCD, based in Leeds, said, "We reviewed the content and we removed ballet from our audition day due to its potential contentious nature." Francesca McCarthy, head of the undergraduate studies at the school, told Telegraph, "It is essentially an elitist form. Young people need to pay to take ballet classes as a general rule for vast numbers of potential students, but they not had access to ballet." I find that very hard to believe. "It is a very specific form that was built around in particular white European ideas and body shapes that are often alienated to young people who don't fit in that essential idea. There are issues relating to body, money, language, movement, vocabulary. Gender distinctions in terminologies such as ballet for women and danseur for men, and the everyday of men and women or girls and boys in dance classes were also criticized." See, they're even going after dance classes. They're going after the dance class. That's going to be next. Guys, those of you in the U.S., how much, especially in New York, we do a lot of dance classes here. We have a lot of schools of dance. We have repertoires of dance that are also schools as well. They're going to be going after them next. Miss McCarthy added, "Ballet has a strong gender roots in terms of the movement vocabulary. Most of our ballet staff were trained at a time where divisions in teaching ballet were clear and men lifted women. There is no shift to ladies and gentlemen over time, but this is still a problematic relationship to the exclusion and non-binary trans dancers. The NACD now encourage staff to use gender neutrals such as dancers and people, as Ms. McCarthy explained. Teachers are briefed to try to embed the use of they in terms of pronouns in order not to make assumptions about the dancer's identity." Let me tell you, this is stupidity from this group itself. A very stupid thing to do. Ballet has been around for decades. And they've been very, here we have a mixed culture of dance. Now, ballet, yes, it's a very difficult art form. I'm heavy. I could not do ballet. Trust me on that. I respect the men and women that are in ballet classes and do this in repertoires throughout the world. Not everyone is able to dance. Put in that perspective. Let's put in that perspective. How many of you those out there can able to dance every dance step that's out there? No, not everybody. Not everybody could be a Michael Jackson. Not everybody could be a Misty Copeland, who happens to be a black ballet dancer, and a beautiful work that she has done in the ballet world. And they're Spanish ones, they're Asian ones, ballet is all over the world. And many young girls, many men do go into this, and not every one of them will make it through. I mean, they've made jokes and skits, comedy skits about this. I mean, I remember a Kids in a Hall bit that was really funny.
One more thing. I'm kidding.
Where basically the worst ballerina was going to become the head, and the headmaster goes, "Oh, you kidding me? I'm joking. You're going to be." And the girl that was the best was like, "You're going to be in it." What do you think? I'm crazy? What am I drinking? And it's a good joke. But you know, they look at everything with a microscope, and this is what I was telling a friend of mine. Whatever was in the past is the past. You're not going to take the past and destroy the present and future of the whole situation. Because basically, no matter how it is, you have an elitist group that just literally, and I said this from the entertainment point of view, Hays Code 2.0. They want to get rid of everything. They want to get rid of everything down the line. They want to control it all. 1984. You know, how scared we are with George Orwell's 1984. It's happening. It is happening. Look at the recession. But the difference is we've been fighting back. We have been fighting back hard. Japanese elected someone in the to protect anime, manga, and video games. You got Eric July, Rippaverse, who's fighting back against Marvel and DC, creating his own comic, which by now is probably well over 3 million. He's raised so far in funds to get this comic out, which is going to be out in August. It's soon. That comic's coming out soon. It's not later. It's coming out soon. It's already done. It's ready to go. You got others who raised $40 million for 5 novels on there, because he's tired of the book industry and how he's been treated by them on his books, that he has to do this, that, and the other thing. You know, you have producers, you have directors, you have people fighting back. They're saying, we're not going to take it anymore. The revolution is here, and you could be part of it. You know, this could be a bit of a commercial for my t-shirts, but it's the truth. What I'm telling you is the truth, and that's why we put it on a t-shirt. You know, you've heard the rebellion. The rebellion is becoming the revolution now, because we're fighting back. We're finally fighting back against the cancel culture, the woke groups. You know, people say, well, no, yeah, you're crazy. They're there. They're not a big group. They're a small group. We are larger. They've come after every set culture, from fandom straight to contemporary classics, to novels, to comic books. I mean, they've gone across the board. You know, they're doing what the Germans did during, you know, Blitzkrieg through England. That's what they're doing. That's what they are doing. And for them to push out ballet the way they're doing out of this school is stupid. In my youth, I've worked with people that went to school for the arts. I've worked on documentaries on there where I've shot ballet, I've shot classical music, I've shot behind the scenes of schools that teach kids this. I did this many years ago with a friend of mine who went to the School of Performing Arts, who asked me to film it for them. And if you're not familiar with the School of Performing Arts, that was the school that was portrayed in the movie Fame. I had several friends who went there. And we worked together in public access television. And Bob, if you're watching this, how you doing? How are things overseas? One of them is now living in Denmark, I think it is, or in the Scandinavian area now. His job has taken him there. But hi, Bob. Hope you're doing well. But this, seeing it from that point of view, seeing the kids that work hard, especially the ballet kids. You have the music kids, the opera. My wife is a mezzo-soprano. She sings. Do you know what she goes through on a daily basis? What she has to go through with her voice? She's gone through 4 or 5 voice teachers trying to get her voice. She went through a stroke a couple of years ago. She's finally getting her voice back to the tone that she wants it, and it's taken several years. She's a fantastic singer. She sang in churches and weddings and events, that basically, and she's been through, she sang at recitals. She was asked to sing at recitals because basically they needed to bring someone more professional in and then allow the kids to also show their abilities as well. But it's not easy. It's never easy. They think because something is difficult, we should get rid of it because everybody can't do it. Because people are very thin, ballet dancers are very thin, and unfortunately, to do some of the stuff they do, you got to be the way you do. You got to be at that weight. You got to be that flexible. Nobody said it was easy. It's never being easy being a singer, a mezzo-soprano, a soprano, a baritone, none of that. A violinist, someone in an orchestra situation. I have friends throughout many parts of the entertainment world. And it's never been easy for any of them. They've had to work hard. And that's what these people need to understand. You got to work hard. As the song says, you got to work hard for your money. So now you want to get rid of something because basically, it goes against, the LGBT. Then you've never been in the ballet world. Trust me on that. I mean, there was a great ballet movie many years ago. Gregory Hines and Mikhail Baryshnikov, White Knights. Real good storyline with a ballet background. Really good. The dancing and everything, fantastic. And then, of course, the old films from the past, the musicals and stuff like that. The old classic MGM musicals with dance numbers and everything like that. That's been for many years. People need to go back and look at those and see what they went through. Do you think it was easy to dance the way they did? No, that's choreograph. That's what you call choreographing. Even a Broadway show, sing, dance, act, all has to be directed properly and done properly. They want the easy way out. They want the easy way for everybody. What's the old joke from The Incredibles?
And when everyone's super, no one will be.
That's what they're thinking. That's what they're thinking. They think everybody's elitist because they're in ballet, or they might be a comic book writer, or they might be a mezzo-soprano singer. They think that basically being that is being elitist. No, it's a skill. It's a skill. Everybody has a different skill. You got to find out what your skill is. Not everyone's going to be a ballet dancer. Not everyone is going to be a singer. Not everyone is going to be a musician, an artist. These are the things people need to fucking understand. So comment as you wish. Subscribe, like, share, stay cool. We'll see you on the next video. Thank you for tuning in, and bye-bye now.